Growing up, I would say it was loving, but very chaotic. And so biblical principles, I would say no. As far as the Lord, like, it's more of a, I don't know, a lifeline, more of a 911. If something was wrong, then we would bring him up, talk about things, but it wasn't every Sunday go to church kind of thing. It was more holidays we went to church. My goal was never to get to know the Lord more. It was just where my friends were. Sad, but true. So when I moved to Wills Point, my mom had already been here about a year and a half, and so she had already gotten plugged into Stonepoint, and so I'd come when we would visit. And then when I moved here, I think they had celebrated a year right then. I met Jesse through his cousins. They lived across the street from my parents, but we were pretty inseparable. So the desire, the passion to be together all the time was just there. But I wouldn't say at that point we were truly devoted followers of Christ. I mean, we lived for ourselves, we partied, had sex before marriage, and then it led to, because we were together so much, we thought, why don't we just live together? We didn't see anything wrong with it. We knew we were serious. We knew potentially we'd get married. About 9 months into dating, he proposed, we got engaged, and we knew we wanted Brandon to marry us, which brought about premarital counseling, which brought up a whole nother chapter in our relationship. We talked about communication, conflict, co-parenting, because that was added for us, but we talked a lot about that, finances, and then we get to the sexual intimacy part, and Brandon's like, you know,
that was my favorite part.
That was not my favorite part. And so he said, I think it would be wise to move out until y'all get married. Just kiss her on the cheek. Just kiss her on the cheek, Jesse.
Yeah, he gave us boundaries. He said there needs to be boundaries.
And so Jesse.
And I had to ask, where's my boundaries? Where's the line? What line can I not cross? Because I had to know the rules.
And this is when I wanted to crawl under the table. Yeah. We got married, though. We still got married.
We made it through the premarital counseling.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
think Brandon might have been, he might not tell you this, but I think he was just as uncomfortable.
Who, Brandon? I'm sure he was. I never got uncomfortable until we started talking about finances. We talked about all the sex stuff.
He was like, this is good.
You know, finances kind of getting off in my business.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was premarital counseling.
I was thankful for what the Lord did through Brandon through that, because it was hard. I mean, every meeting was hard. Good hard, but yeah.
Yep.
I think he was freaking out. She's gonna back out.
There was times I wondered. Sunday morning going to church was just like, you know, where we're going to eat when this is over. You know, that's kind of how it was for me at first. I started really thinking about what I wanted to be as a dad and how I wanted my kids to look at me. And I wanted that to be an image of God. You know, I didn't want my kids to look at me and just go, you know, there's Dad, yep, he works hard, he's always took good care of us, but he's over there drunk again, or something like that, you know. I didn't want that. I've never been baptized. But I was like, I don't need to get baptized, you know, just sit up there and get dunked underwater in front of a bunch of people. But then I started looking at who's watching, who needs to see it, who needs to know that I'm a believer and who doesn't. And my two kids are who I wanted to know the most.
It was cool to see as we got to rely on some couples within our body to kind of help counsel us before we engage, which was a huge blessing to kind of have some others speak truth into our lives outside of just me and him.
That's helped us a lot. It's helped me, which has helped us. because I was the stubborn one. Brittany's real quick of, hey, maybe we should talk to somebody. I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? Sitting here talking to you.
That's so it. But I would say I would have never done that. Like, I grew up like that too. Like, what happens in our home stays in our home. This stays in our home, in our circle. And when we leave here, put on your happy face. We're good.
Right.
You know? And so, until Regen, honestly, is when I realized, hey, this is what we're called to do, is carry each other's burdens. Let's walk through this together. I didn't learn any of that until Stonepoint in my recovery.
A lot stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say it's a lot easier. You know, sometimes it might be even tougher sometimes, just because, I mean, working for the Lord's a lot tougher than just working for yourself. Our whole family's gotten stronger for sure.
Yeah.
We hang out more. We're together a lot.
Yeah.
That's what I like.